So if I put up a specific number of like fingers without glasses, you can't even see?
No.
Really?
Do it.
Okay.
No. Hey, Hope City Youth, I am just so stoked that I get to be part of your videos this month in November. Before we get into what I want to share with you, I want to just give a shout out to two of the best youth pastors out I believe Canada has, and that is Pastor Josh and Pastor Ruben. You guys are just so blessed to have them in your orbit. They love you guys, and I'm stoked that they are part of our team here at the church. But Hope City Youth, these are my essentials. First up, coffee. I love this. Starbucks coffee to be exact. Okay, I got my two mugs here that mean something to me. This one's from Orange County, California, in the Starbucks down there. I love California. I love going there, so this one means a lot to me. And this one is Edmonton. Also means a lot for me. I got a heart for our city, and it definitely has to be Starbucks coffee. Every morning, I drop one of these pods in my Keurig, and I drink 1 cup of Starbucks coffee. I love anything to do with skateboarding and snowboarding. When I was in grade 7, I picked up a skateboard. I never turned back, and I have skated most of my life. I still try to do it these days, but these days I'm mainly going out on the hills with my snowboard. It is so awesome. I couldn't do life without this. This is stress reliever for me. This is good times with my family. This is getting away and doing something that just refreshes my life, refreshes my soul. And I think anything to do with boarding culture, skating videos, snowboarding videos, I watch them, I follow Instagram accounts, and I love this kind of stuff. And next up, I got Vans shoes. Would you believe it or not, my first pair of Vans I got when I was in grade 7, and I haven't stopped wearing Vans since. I'm turning 47 this month. That's pretty insane, wouldn't you say? I love clean looking Vans shoes. I know these aren't that clean. I have a whole bunch in my collection. Really, I think they are the coolest shoes out there. I love wearing them. I love the comfort. I love the look, and I love finding something that's unique and something that not a lot of people have. But when you think about it, I've been wearing Vans shoes for around 35 years. That's pretty intense, man, but they are one of my favorites. Next up, I got this Ballistics. Now this ain't as cool as snowboards, I know that, but I can't do life without this. In fact, I carry one of these everywhere I go. Check this out. I even have one in my pocket. There's one in my car. There's one in every coat that I almost own. It's all over the place. I need to have this, and it has to be the green Ballistics, and it's just because I guess I like soft lips, man. So there we go.
Why is it green Ballistics?
Because I don't like any other kind.
Really?
Really.
I'll bet.
Really. One of the things that I love most is music. Still to this day, I'm a hardcore fan of music. This represents something from years ago. So this is a band I grew up listening to, Christian punk alternative band called Altar Boys. And I was able to see them in concert. It's a vinyl, yeah, that's how old I am. And I even have their signatures on this vinyl record. I thought I would frame it, but it just represents a love for old school punk music, anything that's a little bit heavier in the Christian scene that I grew up listening to and I still like listening to. And really, I just can get lost hours going through my Spotify account, just listening to old music and new music and the like. I love it. It's part of my life. It's part of who I am. So books are an interesting thing for me because I never really loved reading when I was younger. I made it more of a discipline. And typically, books for me is something that I've going on my entire life. I really have 3 books normally that I'm going through, and these are the 3 I'm going through right now. And I like reading a whole bunch of different books. I like stuff on leadership, stuff on pastoral life, stuff on seeking and knowing God, and then stuff that I don't know a lot about. So here's an example. I just picked up this book, How to Pray, A Simple Guide for Normal People. So I'm just reading through this just to challenge my prayer life because, hey, truth is we can all get better at praying, right? I just finished this book. I'm not a big politician, but it was an interesting book by Stephen Harper called Right Here, Right Now. And it was just something that I found it would interest me, and I didn't know a lot about the stuff he was writing, so I wanted to learn about that. So I finished that. This one I'm working through as well. It's called Simply Jesus by N.T. Wright. It's more of a theologically based book, little bit heavier reading, but I love digesting this stuff as well, and it just helps me grow and it helps me learn. But all in all, I challenge myself to have about 3 books going on at every season of my life so that I can just keep growing, learning, and reading some more things. So this next one is actually a pretty big deal to me. I am a man who loves watches. So inside of this camo case here, I have 5 watches that I really like to wear, and I'm even wearing my favorite watch for you here right now. It's a white watch, go figure, but it's one of my favorite. My wife actually bought me this for, I believe it was my 40th birthday, if I remember correctly. But I've been a guy who's been just in love with different watches all my life. I love going to look at Nixon watches or Fossil watches or anything along the likes, and just seeing what's out there, seeing what would be cool to wear. And so I have a big collection of watches. This is a little bit of what you see here. I have a little bit more at home, and it's something that I just think is unique to myself, because I don't know a lot of people that love watches more than I do. So this next one is kind of, you might think, ridiculous, and I don't know what to say about it other than this is something that I eat consistently, and maybe it's because I speak a lot, maybe it's because I just go through life, and when I speak a lot, I consistently have a sore throat and things like that, but I have a package of Halls almost everywhere, and it's just something that I can grab when my throat hurts. So for instance, I got about 2 of these in my car. I just pulled these out of my drawer at home when I was coming to film this. If you go into my office desk, I probably got 2 or 3 packs of these at all times. If you ever want a Halls, just ask me. Typically I'll have one on me, and it's just so that my throat doesn't hurt and it soothes me a lot. So Sunday mornings, every time after I speak, I'll put one of these in. Keeps me going through the morning. And typically throughout the day, I'll have different kinds as well. It's just something that I guess you could say is a little bit of a habit for me. So I have been known as the pastor who wears white glasses. And yeah, that's okay, I don't mind that. It's because I do like glasses. I have more than just white ones. And that's kind of an essential for me. I like looking for different, unique type of glasses. These I've had for quite a bit of time now, but in fact, I've had 5 different white frames, but no one ever notices, and that's totally fine because I don't want people to notice. However, that's just the reality. I find different frames, I like them. So here's another pair that I wear consistently, and found these online, ordered them for myself. And then here's another pair, look very similar. They're just a little thicker. I wear these sometimes. And then this pair here, they're just a little unique. They're more like a Ray-Ban style, and I like those as well. Basically, glasses are essential for me because if I take them off, I can't even see what's in front of me. I definitely need them to be able to see clearly. I'm about a -6.75, so if you know anything about opticals or optical stats or eye stats, that is really, really bad, all right? And so I need these to see and to function, but then I figure if you're gonna have to wear them, might as well find something that you like to wear. And this is my last one here, and it's probably one of my most prized essentials. And I want to tell you something. My dad gave me this Bible, and you can tell it's a Bible, but it looks pretty worn out and beaten. I got this when I was 13 years old, and he gave it to me, and it's a student Bible, but I haven't stopped reading it. So for me, this is my devotional Bible. And every night, typically my pattern is to read 1 chapter out of this Bible. And if you were to get a little closer, you could see right now that I'm in 2 Kings chapter 20. But if you were to look through this Bible, I mark it all up. There's stuff everywhere. It's just what I say, God speak to me, or you know, it's the things that the Holy Spirit just resonates inside of my life. I love writing in it, and there's this thing about keeping something since I've been 13 and hanging on to it. It is falling apart a bit. You can see the duct tape on it, but I'm like, no, I want this to be essential in my life, and it really is essential because I do pick it up daily and go through it. But it just means a lot for me because it's something that I'm hanging on to that my dad gave me when I was 13. So those are my essentials, Hope City Youth. And honestly, I would say I can't do life without those. And they mean a lot to me, and it's part of what makes me me. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Love you guys. Pray for you guys.